How's it going out there? How's everybody doing? You could let me know. Can you hear the music? I cannot today, and I don't know why. And it's actually really bothering me. We're definitely going to be jumping into 9.2. Those of you tuning in afterwards, I will definitely be leaving the timestamps as we have been doing of late. Huge thank you to Torrance. I think I had a couple of tech issues at the very end of the stream yesterday. Hopefully everyone was able to hear it. And huge thank you to Torrance for that incredibly generous donation. Like I said, we will do the timestamps. You're hearing zero music. Maybe we'll take a few minutes, try to fix that because I like my music. I've really been enjoying that of late. But we will look at this. There is a offer here. We will do the offer analysis and then jump into 9.2.2. I have a feeling this is going to be the offer that they tried to do last week and then had a little bit of issues with, had to offer some compensation, all that stuff. Just did my completion, super legit. Oh, you highlight. Oh my God. I literally just recorded the video suggesting that people hold off on completing it, but it's really going to be about the offer for 9.2. Let me know if you're getting it, that sort of thing. I know you're on my Discord server, so hopefully you're able to read that discussion. Let me take a second here and see if I can figure out why music would possibly. There we go. There's some music. How's that volume for you all? Is that super loud or is that kind of what we've had lately? Because I definitely do want it to be background music. If I'm not talking at all, maybe it gets a little bit louder where you can still hear it. But this isn't something that I want competing with my sound or something like that. Like I realize everyone likes different stuff, but for me, when I tune into a stream and the music's louder than the streamer or like at the same volume, I don't enjoy that as much. I usually tune in to hear the streamer and talk with them and that sort of stuff. I just finished 9.2.4, slowly but surely getting there. Dude, you're ahead of me. I'm stuck on who to use for Kate Boss. I don't have Serpent. I did it on stream yesterday and used Dazzler. Dazzler was great for it. A lot of people, I think, shouted out Iceman as well. I don't remember my full analysis of it, but like I said, I do timestamps in the description, and that's literally why. So that you guys can all go and be like, hey, here's who Vega used, here's the mistakes he made, didn't make. I soloed all 3 bosses yesterday. No idea what will happen today. But the whole idea is either I solo and I can tell you how I did it, or I make a bunch of mistakes and I can be like, hey, don't make these mistakes. Professor X smacked Kate for me. I could see that, dude. Yeah, the way he shuts down thing. Onslaught works well. And then again, let me know if you all can hear the music. If it's like pretty much the volume that I like to have it at. We're listening to a little SDP right now. So, all right, let's go ahead and look at this offer while we move through that. Oh, thank you so much for being here. I forgot to even do my shout outs because I was so concerned with my music. Jason, what's up, dude? Yeah, you were first, baby. OG Highline. Blizzard, what's up, dude? LXM. Aaron, show, what's going on, y'all? Thanks for being here. You still actually can't hear music. Dude, I don't know how the hell this happens that, I'll literally change no settings, not a single setting. And how does the volume on my Spotify get changed? Like, how the hell does that happen? You can hear it now. Too loud, pretty good. You let me know. Just hearing me is fine. Thanks, show. Building your offer went from May's value to the SHIT. All right, let's take a look at it. And $30. So, that's still a lot of, any money's a lot of money. Right? How does this work? You just pick one of each thing? It's fine. This feels like a whale deal to me. Or you can purchase it 4 times, but now you're spending $120. Like, that's always something to keep an eye on, right? It's like, if you just need one of these and like $30 is within your entertainment budget wheelhouse, fine. But, we've got spring cleaning coming up. Red and Deads. I'd probably be most likely to buy that. I'm not going to buy it, just to be abundantly clear. But there's that. Was probably what I want because it's the most premium item. And then looking at the other one, if you really want Sig Stones, yeah, I just can't recommend this. This is like a D, probably an F. Like, this is maybe even an F. Like, this feels like almost completely indulgent. You just have a crap ton of money and you want to spend it on your hobby, which, again, no shame. How much is a set of golf clubs? How much do we spend on basketball shoes, right? Keep that stuff in mind. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I don't advise getting any deal, but especially when they're for cash dollars and the valuation here. I guess it does come with 850 units. So, like, I mean, not every offer is going to be for me. A lot of them aren't going to be for me. That doesn't mean they're necessarily quote unquote bad. I just think the value is, it ain't there for me. It might be there for someone. What's up, Benny? This deal isn't very valuable. Yeah, I honestly think it's an F. Like, I think on my metric, we have the F as the completely indulgent. Like, it's not even like massive whale. It's just like completely indulgent. Bottom tier. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We will start 9.2 then. 9.2.2. And we'll take a look at it. If you guys have suggestions for these, I know quite a few people have streamed all of it already. I was watching a little bit of Lags, a little bit of Andy yesterday. I had a lot of fun doing that. Okay, the defender gains 10% special damage for each scourge charge against them. Okay. The attacker's critical rate decreases by 300% for each scourge charge on the thing. That's not good. Didn't mind the first one as much. Second one, I'm not too happy about that. Proliferate. Cornered. The defender gains 1 scourge charge every 2 seconds. This timer is paused during special attacks and while the defender's back is against the wall. So you're wanting to get them in the corner. Clarify. When the attacker will time blocks one of the defender's attacks, 2 scourge. So you want to parry, get them in the corner. And then eradicate, punish special with a heavy. So get him in the corner, well-timed block, and then whenever the defender's special attacks are punished by a heavy attack, they are eradicated for the. Okay, I always forget what the hell's eradicate. What does that do? Remove all scourge charges, dealing direct damage to the opponent. After which scourge? Okay, so you're like getting a benefit for a skilled play of sorts. Whenever the attackers, isn't this basically screaming use Kate? Kinda. So no, I hear you, dude. And like, I think you can play into the node that way. Obviously, we'll see how this node set ends up. Yesterday, you know, there was a strategy. I think it was the first lane where you could potentially purposely build a scourge charge and then SP3. I tend to not enjoy playing into those things. It feels like, I don't know. I don't want to use the word because I think people enjoy that. That's fine. But I also think it can lead to more mess ups because you're playing your champion so differently than normal. But hey, I'll go for it. And you're right. It's a smart way of playing. That's why I don't want to sound like I'm putting it down because I'm not. At the start of the fight, and whenever the defender is struck with the first hit of a heavy, they gain an indefinite unblockable passive. Whenever they are knocked down by a special attack, they gain an unstoppable passive. Gaining one of these passives removes the other one. All right, so this is where this actually gets difficult. At the start of the fight, and whenever the defender is struck with the first hit of a heavy attack, they gain an indefinite unblockable passive. Whenever they are knocked down by a special attack, they gain an unstoppable. So they're either going to be unblockable or unstoppable the whole fight. At the start of the fight, whenever the attacker is struck with the first hit of a heavy. Well, anyway. I was going to say gimmick. Snoops, but that has a lot more negative connotation than I'm intending. Kate and Onslaught shall I use? They'll be unblockable until you knock down with a special. It's a weird lane, dude. People are saying Kate. I don't want to bring in my 6 stars if I don't need to. What a weird lane. We've got Science, Mystic, Science. We got a Cosmic there. So skill, Science, maybe a Mystic. What a very unusual lane. I think we're gonna have to go in and just kind of check it out. Actually, I don't think I need another Mystic besides Kushala. That's fine. Maybe Spider-Punk could be kind of cool for this with his passive stun. Doesn't She-Hulk turn off unblockable? I think she does. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I want to try this without Kate. If I'm struggling, we'll come back in with Kate. My girl Silk. Actually, I wonder if Nefaria and his evade would be nice on this too. Maybe we'll bring him in a set of Silk. Although getting the fights done fast does sound good. And we'll try Chi, because she's fun. Yeah, let's give this a go, see what happens. Chi looks good. That's what I was hoping too, no? Chi. All right. I just said Chi a lot. All right. 13, 15, path 1. Gotta write this stuff down, man. Thoughts on our rank 4 hit monkey? That's a lot of damage, man. That is a lot of damage. MSC just actually put out a video on Hitmonkey. I did one not too long ago. It took him to rank 3. I really like him. He's I think there's a little bit more nuance to him than I think people realize. MSD did a good job of going over that. I think if I remember correctly, I showcased some of his like his disorient, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if it's disorient or concussion, but you can actually utilize it to turn some stuff off. It's not guaranteed, but it's pretty damn good, and still obviously get great damage out of him. He's a good champion, dude. I think if you like him, go for it. Especially if you're like a recoil user, you don't need to use recoil, but he's pretty good with it. All right, so we're gonna try this out. I think this is gonna be a lane that's gonna take me a couple of times to understand it properly. Okay, so I understand. I think this lane, it's not gimmicky. I think they're genuinely asking you to play into this. So I get it, and I appreciate the shout out now. This punish special with heavy. Let's go ahead and, like I said, we're gonna take a few shots. This is one that I think after a few runs, we'll get it down pretty well. We'll see how quickly we can do it. I really just don't love this whole starting unblockable thing. This is not fun. Spacing on that's a little odd. Just want to get my grit up. The spacing on that is not good. Yeah, and you've got to back up. The single backup left her too far away. Huh. I didn't feel great about that. Hey, congratulations, Zach. Pulled Onslaught. That's a huge pull. Why haven't I just realized I took the hard pass? I don't know. At least you got him out of the way, huh? Maybe that's the way to look at it. I mean, playing into nodes is normal. Yeah. I'm not gonna get, what's the word? I think the word I always hear people use is pedantic. Not totally sure I even know what that means. But I'm not gonna get argumentative just for the sake of being argumentative and be like, well, actually, the definition of the word. I hate when people do that. You're like, yeah, I know what the word means, dude. Thanks. If I wanted to have an argument with a thesaurus, I would. Well, that's not what I want to do. Best example is ignoring everything 9.2 Scourge and using Atom versus the auto blocks. I'm really struggling 9.2.4. We'll get there, man. Sorry, we ain't doing that today, though. How many are... all right, let's just keep moving. What is Deathless She-Hulk? What does her heavy do? It turns off. Is it miss? Fear debuff. Unblockable. So we're still gonna have to deal with the unstoppable though. What a very strange lane. What a very strange lane. We'll keep going. Got a little lucky on that intercept, in my opinion. Now, why didn't he get his unstoppable there? All right, well, I mean, yeah. So at least She-Hulk is good for that fight. Iron Fist specials are some of the easier to punish that way. I would imagine Red Guardians kind of are too. I think there's just something about Chi and the spacing of there. Maybe you could get it down with a lot of practice, but I wasn't going to spend a stream going in and trying to do that. Hey, what's up, Fuss? Do I have Luma? No, I don't. My spending freeze coincided with Luma sales. I did buy a couple before I was fully like, before I got pushed over by raids. And then now I'm back. I still haven't spent anything, but I'm sure I will for spring cleaning. I do want Red Guardian, and I'm happy. Like, Kabam gave me more than what I asked for. They didn't give it to me, but you guys get what I'm saying. And but I'm not in a rush to buy Luma. We talked about it on my Discord server. I'm only missing 2 of the items, and they're like, you should pick them up via the next 2 Battleground seasons. So I think I'm going to do that. He doesn't look like a champion I would enjoy either too. Like when Karate Mike's doing the deep dives, one of the things I tend to listen for, if he has to say like this sort of a sentence, if he's like, first, you want to do this, and then afterwards, then this, and then one more time, you will. I'm like, that is like 8 steps more than I want to do to set up a damage like thing. And so I have a feeling Luma's going to be one of those champions that might just be not, like, I'll recognize their power and how great they are, but they're like a not for me sort of champ. What's up? Dryas, how you doing, bud? You thought the same, but you fall in love. He's easy to use. You hit them and they die. Okay, that sounds like my kind of champion. If it's hit them, they die, then I might be in. What's up, Depressioncito? So, I need to get my first... Kushala only can handle this when... I need to basically get the intercept. Yeah, that's not gonna work. If anyone knows, has like a strategy here, you let me know. I think this is where I want to get my well-timed blocks in. Then I'll try to get a reparry. Uh-oh. Got it just in time. Come on, Nebs. Come in for the repair, dude. Good. Nice job, Nebula. Then we were able to get that. I honestly think this is a very tough node. Hey, what the hell was that? That wasn't cool. That wasn't cool at all, dude. Do you all disagree? This feels like one of the better, oh yeah, Nebula, Gamora. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's only 11:30 over here, okay? You're right, thank you. What I call her? I think I called her Nebula, Nebs. This node's requiring more of my mental attention, I'll admit. And this feels like a tougher one. I am on the first path of 9.2. Scourge special attack. This is the one where they alternate between unstoppable and blockable. She-Hulk destroyed the Iron Fist. Kushala was obviously good for it. The problem is they start unblockable. So if you try to well-time block at the beginning, you're not going to get up her blessing to do it. You do need to get them into the unstoppable first. You sold this whole path with Chilth. Interesting. We'll go back and try her. Sinister Solo. Dude, Red Hulk's got that step back down. Man, he's doing it nice. Harrison Ford, man. The old man can move. Now, why didn't that switch him? That feels like that should have switched his whole unblockable, unstoppable thingamajiggy. Okay. Yeah, that's a great shout on Sinister, Zach. Thanks, dude. He blocks unblockable specials, though, right? So you were just setting up. You had to get them to a bar of power, and then you were able to play Sinister. I assume that's the strategy there. I'm working on it all right now. So crush this path. Silver Sable. That nonsense to me. I'm glad to hear you work on your alt, man. I'm pumped up for that. Let's stick with She-Hulk. This is, what did we decide it was? Miss and Unstoppable. Very cool, Zach. That strategy sounds awesome, dude. Good shout. I think a lot of you probably know this based on how quickly you're moving through the event. But I put this up on my Blue Sky recently. Damn it. I didn't put up damn it. I put up at the extra Deathless Sig Stones we're getting lately. I highly recommend, if you've already got your Thanos at Sig 200, which you should, Put those stones into... Okay, something is not going how I think it should. Maybe I need to read this note again. Now, what is different about this? Do any of you know? That feels like I just did the exact same thing. And it worked that time, where the first couple of times it did not. Yeah, it worked again, and I'm pretty sure I'm doing exactly the same thing. Like, why did it not work right there? Oh, because it's the unstoppable from his kit, not from the node. Right? I'm gonna look up, and that's what you guys are gonna be saying. Thank you, Fuzz. Yeah, Fuzz is saying it. Joke's on you, I don't have Thanos. Well, then you can't put your 6 stones into him. All right. I still think this lane is very difficult. It's going well, but I think this is a difficult lane. I may end up regretting using Cheel. I may need her for... I didn't even look at the bosses. Got very lucky there. I'm just gonna leave her in the unstoppable because of grit. All right, so obviously we solved the lane. Thanks, guys. Lane's easy with Chilled and Silk. I mean, you still have to play around the unstoppable, man. Might be easy for you, but it ain't for me. And I don't think it is for a lot of folk. I think that's a challenge. But we got it down, and you're right. Those are good shouts. Sinister is a great shout. If you're using Chi, I think it took me a while to figure that out, but just keep them in the unstoppable phase and use your grit. So that's what I would suggest for that lane. And then we will move on to the boss. Have you thought about if you're getting the completion offer? I mean this, Zach. I have thought about it quite a bit. I literally have a video. It'll probably not come out till my normal time tomorrow morning, where I'm saying I'm very intentionally waiting. I'm going to wait to finish 9.2 because I actually think the offer is pretty good. Like for people who are actively playing the game, who've accumulated the units, I would not buy units again. I default suggest never spending dollars on units for an offer as a default, as a starting place. I would not go out and spend all the dollars to get that offer, but like if you're close or something, and I have the full video coming out tomorrow. I apologize if it's not early enough for you, but I would wait. I would wait to see basically what spring cleaning and Heart of Fire ends up being about. All right, so let's take a look at Cassie here. Cassie's got what? An evade, and that's her deal, and a miss. The defender starts with 3 indefinite cleanses. When these cleanses are depleted, the attacker is rooted. When this root is removed, expires, or fails to trigger, the defender gains 3 cleanses after 12 seconds. The defender special 2 is special locked. So you can't use her special 2? Does that mean if you push her over 2 bars of power, she'll just have to go to her special 3? I think that's what that means. So you basically have to bait the special one. All right. And she's got the cleanses. And then you're going to get rooted. Interesting. When the attacker strikes the defender, if the combo meter is not increased by 5 or more before the combo string ends. So you have to use full combos or have someone with like multi-hits. You're going to get inflicted with a steady debuff. The defender launches heavy attacks 3% more often. Whenever a debuff purified or cleansed off the attacker. Oh! Maybe we're not doing Cassie first. Anyone have a Sinister? Alright, Gab, I'm gonna put my phone down and go make lunch, man. But if that doesn't work, it's on you, dude. Alright? I'm gonna make a turkey sandwich. Maybe a little side salad. K2 use Nick, but just strong armed with Photon. What's up, Luis? Or Lewis? Spring cleaning deals next Friday. I think it's next Friday, the 28th, I think. My dates might be a little off. I don't think spring cleaning's tomorrow. I really don't. I think that the free to earn pools or whatever they're gonna call them, like the currency for it, I think is tomorrow. But I don't think the sale actually goes live tomorrow. All right, we're gonna try Sinister on this. If this goes wrong, I'm completely blaming all of you. Just want you to know that. All right. I would imagine Kate was probably good for this. I would imagine Kate was good for it. Spring cleaning deals are tomorrow. They just announced it. Oh yeah, you're right. The 25th. All right, cool. Oh, I'm glad we got the right info. Stout rank 4 werewolf, dude. Love that option. I love that option. Do we write down the timestamp for this? Yes, we did. This fight seems like this is a bit of a B. The defender starts with 3 different cleanses when the cleanses are departed. When the defender special 1 is special 2 locked. All right, let's just give it a go. Forgot about the cleanses. Okay, I want to get this over before she gets... Oh, that's... Hey, Gav? You want to tell me the strat on this one? Because we've got the unsteady. So it's glancing, and it feels like the unsteady... It feels like the unsteady is timed perfectly with her cleanses coming back. Should have thought that through myself. How to play a make lunch strategy? Yeah. You guys, I'll see you in about 15 minutes. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but on the first time she cleansed and hit me, she did do some damage. I'm at 89% health. At the moment, this isn't looking good. It's a really long fight. Information that would have been great. My fault for not thinking that through more. All right, let's do this. You know what? I think I'm about to have a phone issue here. This is weird. I can feel it. I can feel it happening. Yeah, I can feel like a disconnect coming out of nowhere. I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, uh-oh. Guys, it's like an earthquake alarm. I just feel like, oh my god, no. This is horrible. I can't believe this happened. Yeah, set me up for a 30-minute fight. I know. I'm like, we might just have to let him die. He doesn't seem like a good counter then. No. There's nothing about this that feels like a yeah, the game crashed, guys. It's wild. The problem is when we come back, it's still gonna be Mr. Sinister. And we ain't got all day. We ain't got all day. And I still think you end up being cornered. Let's see. 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 Did I have a power sting on me? I did. So when you went and made lunch and this fight, were you dead when you came back? Yeah, we're gonna let that end. I don't really want to redo the lane. So Fuzz, you said that Bullseye was good for this fight. Any other options that people had? This way, because remember, the whole point is to try to help people. I mean, trying to be entertaining, so hopefully y'all enjoyed that. But also to try to help some folk out. If I'll try these options, I don't want to spend a bunch of items trying to get this down. Bullseye and Serpent were my choice. Okay, cool. Dude, this is gonna be a freaking nightmare. And now we're fucking, okay. I can't even remember when Cassie puts her power strings on you, but I am not enjoying them. Okoye did it in a minute and 30 seconds. Cool, 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 cool. Maybe I do just need to redo the lane. Make sure we got her down. What you need is, you want to be able to control her evade. I feel like that's the most frustrating part of this fight right now, is the evade. All right, we'll keep going. Yeah, it's her evade that makes this so bad. I understand why Bullseye is the choice. We got her down halfway, boys. We're over halfway now. She's in trouble. She just doesn't know it. Jesus Christ. All right, Gab, now you're just being dumb, dude. I was fine with it. You made a suggestion. It didn't work, but now you're saying you legitimately did an auto fight. Like, come on, man. Well, bye. I should have known when the dude had a Hercules profile picture. And I'm all fine. Like, dude, I asked for suggestions to try to be helpful to people. If you make a call and it's just a bad call, that's fine. But yeah, like, don't, like, I don't know, whatever. My understanding is that, like, the 5 to like 11-year-old demographic is really big on like lying and that kind of stuff. I don't hang out with a lot of that age set. So yeah, that's cool. They'll grow up or they won't. Man, she went from cleanse to heavy fast. All right, we'll get through this together. We're almost there. Annoying. I just went through this. We were just talking about how Cassie was the worst in was it Crucible? There's been too many quests lately with different like unique names. Now I can't remember them. No, it was Epoch, I think, or Epoch. Come on, Cassie. Come on, girl. What's up, Zach? Oh, thank you so much, dude, for the membership. I always appreciate that sort of support. Thank you so much. Joey, what's up, dude? Mr. Belding, what's up? This is how long I've been fighting her. This is how far back in the cat I'm going. How far back in the trap. I said Shuri with Medusa, though. Dryce, what you talking about, man? The Shuri Boss? I think I said hello to Joey. What's up? Stink, how you doing? Breaking news, Vega doesn't hang out with strange. Nah, man. Those kids keep asking me to get in the van. They said they have candy. I'm like, Things are different now. Kids are different now, man. Kids are different now. They get off on the weirdest shit. Like, it is really scary to think about what it's going to be like in like 30, 40 years when they're adults. They're going to be like, I picked my nose and ate it. That was hilarious. You're like, did you guys, how much lead paint did you all eat? Yeah, Adam, we got rid of it. Man, I can barely get through Act 6. Watch it. Sid, dude, this is because I took really crappy advice. I should have known. That's on me. That's my fault. This is people. Listen to the people in the chat. Well, most of the people in the chat. Actually might try to just hit her block because I remember there being some sort of punishment. Yeah, shit, there it was. Good thing I got a rank 4 chi. All right, we got it down. We moved. We survived. We move on. Trolling is the new hobby. Like the old bike. That was a BMX move, man. That was some rad stuff. I lied to a person and they trusted me. Oh man, that was great. And then I got a YouTuber to say my name. Oh, life is good. Mommy and daddy don't love me, but the internet does. That's like literally what I think of. Like, oh my God. I've never felt so old is when I interact with these kids. Oh my God. Thanks, Zach. Dude, I love lags too, man. And I appreciate the kind words. Epic Cassie was hell. Yeah, she was, dude. Way to stick with Vega, definitely annoying, but I think we learned a valuable lesson today. We did. I think it's anyone with a Herc profile. Might be a sign they're a bit of a troll. Might be a sign. You know what's the really unfortunate thing is, in all honesty, as like a person who is a parent and all that stuff, is we all make mistakes, right? Like one of the biggest things I try to teach my kids, or any like I coach youth soccer or whatever, is like I try to teach them like, don't be scared to make mistakes. It's okay. But so much of like teaching, and like I think a lot of parents too, like they punish mistakes so goddamn much, and then their kid gets scared to try anything or like to do anything. And then when they do make a mistake, they lie. And then the parent or the teacher's like, why are you lying? And it's like, because you're fucking freaking me out, dude. Right? Like, God, you act like you're going to like kill me right now. Because I fucking made it. Sorry for the bad words. Sorry, too late to bleep it out. But it's like, because I made a mistake. Like, I'm sorry. I'm 8 or I'm 4. Right? And it's like, teach kids and people. I deal with this like adults too. Like because you guys know I work alone, but I collaborate with people a lot for work. And when I'm dealing with someone, and as soon as someone makes a mistake and I'm like, hey, did this thing happen? If they're like, oh no, or they get like defensive and they get like angry back at me, that's for sign number 1 where I'm like, I can't work with this person. I can't do it. Because for me, if someone's just like, yeah, you know what? I messed up. I'm sorry. How can I make this right? Then I'm like, cool, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. Because one, I know that if you're not doing things, you're not trying things, and it doesn't go the way you want, then like, you're just gonna be status quo the whole effing time. But if someone is willing to try something new or try to improve or try to make something better, and it doesn't go the way they wanted, and then they own up to it, I'm like, cool, man, things are gonna continue to get better. You're gonna pay attention to what you did and try to learn from it. And then conversely, because this isn't all about me, I'm not like some weird narcissist, is I'm gonna make mistakes too. I know I am. And if I get the space to think like, hey, how can I be better at this? How can I do this better? Or how can this land the way I wanted or whatever? Then I'm gonna do my best work as well. And like, that's when that shit takes off, you know? And like, we gotta teach our kids, like, it's okay to make mistakes, man. It's okay. In fact, if you're only doing the shit you already know how to do, then you're gonna stay 6 years old mentally for your whole goddamn life. And you only get one life, and that's a shitty way to live. So like, if any of you interact with kids, man, like, teach them it's okay to make a mistake. You just goddamn own up to it. And the way you teach them that is by trying to be as calm as you can and not scaring the shit out of them when you come home and they painted on the wall, or they fed the dog the steak for dinner, or like whatever it is that's frustrating as F when you're a hardworking parent and you come home and your kid did this. But try to remember they're 4 or they're 6 or they're 14, right? Like 14-year-olds don't have fully developed frontal lobes or whatever the hell it's called. Cut them some goddamn slack and let them make a mistake. Sorry, like I take parenting very, very seriously. Like I said, I coach youth soccer. I don't interact with kids a lot, but I interact with groups that mentor children. And I know all the battles they're facing with like the internet and influencers and parents who are just working their fucking asses off and can't make a buck, and they come home, and I'm bringing too much real life into this now, but yeah. I'll read the chat here. I'm going to take a break and read the chat. Dude, Gabby, yeah, thank you so much, dude. Hey, bro, I'm not a kid. I'm 22. But I didn't mean to come across that way. Since did great for me. My BG mates did great with him, too. Is this the other gap? Or is this the same gap? No worries, dude. And you know what, man? Like, this is what I was saying is, like, it wasn't until the end when you were like, I was a walk-away fighter where I was like, dude, this guy's just trolling. If this is the same gap and you're not trolling and it worked for you, great, man. But that's, like, literally what I'm talking about. Is, like, fuck, man. It's all good. Like, it's all good. And that's the thing is I literally, because of my life experience, like literally my day in, day out is I'll ask people like, hey, did this thing happen? And like people are like immediately like they have to defend themselves. And it's like, I'm not attacking you. It's okay. Calm down. But it's because 99% of the time, if you make some sort of mistake, you like get punished, like embarrassed, like you're an idiot, you're a moron, whatever. Anyways, let's move on. Vega is Will Ferrell and kicking and screaming. I do a lot of kicking and screaming. Let's put it that way. And yeah, thank you for support, dude. Let me get you up on the board. We'll move on, man. Thanks, dude. Shit, I'm typing it all wrong. I guess in a weird way, I just did the thing I said not to do. I got irritated. If you have Shock Tech Champions, Nightcrawler is the easiest boss on the island. Okay, cool. Well, let's do him next. What's up, Heinz? What's up, dude? Is this me, or is this build your own deal a lot weaker than last week? Dude, it's a terrible offer. Don't get it. It's a flat F. Heinz, dude, gifting 5 memberships, huge. Thank you so much, dude. Heinz, we got to get you on the board too. Always appreciate all the support, y'all. It's funny. I think that's one of the biggest things too. Is like people spend, they grew up with YouTube, they grew up with like Twitter or whatever. They spend a lot of time on it, and I think they're so used to getting manipulated that when someone's just honest and being themselves, they don't know how to like react to it. Like they're like, you're obviously up to something, and it's like people who know me, like Heinz and a lot of you have been around for a long, Mr. Belding, Fuzz, like a lot of you, like Snoops. You're like, no, that's just Vegas being literally honest. Doesn't mean he's always right. I don't always agree with everything the guy says, but he literally will tell you what he's going to do, and then he literally does it, and he messes up, and he tries to learn from it. And so many people are new, are like, you're obviously up to something. You're lying. It's like, no, actually, this is just literally honest truth. And it's just so weird. You're not used to hearing it. All right, let's finally do something. Let's play the game again. Lane 2. All right, this is a mutant lane. Mutants attackers reduce potency of bleed debuffs by 90%. When acting a special attack, they remove any bleed debuff on themselves. When their ability, blah, 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 blah. See, I'm all worked up now. Now I can't read. When this happens, their ability accuracy is increased by 100%. Chitinous Thorns. Okay, so we want to get the bleed on us. When this happens, it really is increased whenever a mutant attacker purifies, removes, or is immune to bleed, they gain an indefinite fury pass. Okay, so we want to get the bleed on us or just be immune to it. We do that via throwing our specials, defenders, bleed, debuffs. Ooh, that's a lot of... These bleeds are going to do a lot of damage. Oh, no, we reduce them by 90%. Each time the defender is knocked down, the defender suffers an armor break to increase the armor. Okay, defenders are immune to... What an interesting lane. This is like an EQ lane. We got the big brain dude with his severe debuffs. We got Koosh. This doesn't look too bad. OG Storm. You know, I don't have... Oh no, I don't have her awakened. If I fall for another goddamn sinister suggestion... What's up, Matt? Thanks for being here. What's up, Slinger? Yeah, we'll try Sinister. I just thought that would be funny. And then Shuri was the shout for the boss, so we'll bring her along because I like playing Shuri. Did that shut down the evade? Is that what you said? Let's see. We'll do Sinister. I really like playing Dust a lot. You know I love me some Weapon X. And let's go with Chuck, dude. I love Chuck. I love playing Chuck. Joey, you being serious, man? Are you being serious? And now I'm like, okay, I better read. You can't trust anyone. The Snoops is right. You can't trust anybody these days.
Past year I got so much older.
So we want a well-timed block, but it's going to reduce our ability accuracy. But Shuri, being the monster that she is, her ability accuracy can't be reduced, right? If I'm seeing this correctly. Let's try Sinister, because I think it'd be hilarious not to now. Like, to not play Sinister now, I think would be a massive, massive mistake. Something funny happens, you got to capitalize on it. Let's try Sinister here. Oh no, this would actually be a bad Sinister one. Weapon X. I hate how his tenacity is delayed. It's a... Yeah. Maybe they're all delayed. Alright. Come on, dude, hit me. There we go. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something really wrong. I did something really wrong. Why is Weapon X not working well? The bleeds were doing way more damage. I thought we were reducing them. Titanous Thorns? Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Well, lesson learned. Let's try Sinister. Let's have fun. The bleed potency? Okay. I see what you guys are saying. The you don't transfer over a ton, but the ones you do transfer over do a lot of work. How do you get this guy's protection stacks down? Specials? I felt like a special got rid of one of his protection stacks. Yeah, Sinister works. All right, we're 50% with Sinister now. Like if you have 100% bleed resistance, but the bleed resistance is increased by 100%, it still does damage. Yeah, dude, I honestly, that is one of those things. You guys know I'm friends with DLL, have been for, I think we're on like 7 years now. And he explains that kind of stuff to me probably like every 4 or 5 months, or like I'll see him write it on the Discord server or like in a live stream or something. And it's like one of those things where I'm like, oh, in the moment I understand. And then like 30 seconds later, it's just out. It's just gone. Like the whole like White Serpent's 125% still works, even though Crossbones is reducing his ability accuracy by like 200% or something. Like I now get it. But those sorts of interactions where it's like, well, no, but then it's flat on top of, I'm like, what's 200% not more than 120? Like, it's just one of those, I don't get it. I think we're just gonna continue to Sinister this. Hey, Noob, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here, man. I think the I hope it was fixed with the update. Yeah, I think it is. Or maybe it's her SP2. One of Kushala's specials, the animation was off. And it made her more annoying to fight. Like, she's not too bad of a fight at all. But she can definitely be a little tricksy. And I had one where her special, like the animation was so off, it really threw me off. On a real note, how much do you think Red Guardian's gonna cost? I mean, have you guys seen my? I don't want to spoil my prediction video in case you haven't seen it, because I know it's become a topic like for other YouTubers and stuff like that. I went out really strong, and you know, we're talking about how like if you know me, it's I think it's a little different than if you just first stumbled upon my channel. Because I even had, I think he goes by Weapon X or something. He's a fellow Eagles fan. And he's like, if I did not know you, I would think you were just like trolling for views here. But I really meant it. And he's like, your logic in the video actually does make sense. I went really strong on my predictions because I think that's what Kabam's going to do. Like if I was them, it's what I would do. The reason why I'm bringing that up is it kind of relates to the 9.2 offer a little bit too. Is I think they're looking at these things like the spring cleaning or red and deads, I think they're trying to call it now, and then the Heart of Fire. They're tied together. Like it's like one big sale, and then the 9.2 is in there, and I think should be in the evaluation for a lot of players. Is I think spring cleaning is going to be really effing expensive. I like all the sales are. The game is expensive, you know. I'm thinking like 700 at least for Red Guardian, and that might not be it. Because I think he is. I think he and of himself is a big draw for Battlegrounds players. People like me who I enjoy Battlegrounds. You guys know me. I don't care where I end up. Sometimes I've ended up in Celestial. I've ended up in like Uru. It's happened on certain metas. And so if you're like even a relatively competitive Battlegrounds player, like you're in the top like 3,000, you kind of want Red Guardian. And then there's, you know, War and people just want him. And then also he's a great character from the movies. Thunderbolt's coming out. So I think there's gonna be a big premium. Like last year, wasn't it? I can't even think of the guy's name. Craven. Where it's like, I got Craven? Cool, thanks, I guess. I don't know. Like, so I think it's going to be really, really expensive because I think one, that's what you do. You sell things for what you can without like abusing it too much. And then the Heart of Fire, I think there's going to be a lot of units because I think the champions are going to be phenomenal. And what's cool is I think if we've got this right, we're going to know at least 2 more of the Heart of Fire champions before spring cleaning. And I think that's going to give us a good sense of like, are these going to be more like APOC Fury level power, or are these going to be more like I-Bomb, who's still good, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to see me being like all my units for I-Bomb. So I think honestly Red Guardian's going to be like at least $700. Do I think objectively he's worth $700? No, God, absolutely not. I didn't go out and get Bastion, even though I think Bastion might be the best tech champion in the game. So like $500, like sure, I make that back very, very quickly via YouTube monthly, but like, you know? So yeah, if you have other questions on it, let me know. Dust cooks? All right, let's dust it up. I love dust. I don't want to call Craven worthless, but like, yeah, I mean, I saw MSD's logo right now. I didn't see what he wrote. If he might be commenting on the sale, so I'm curious what he says. Obviously y'all can read it. At least I think that was MSD's logo. I was reading Snoop's comment. Since we're getting a chance to play Dust, he is becoming one of my absolute favorite champions in the game. I'm not saying she's definitely not like Onslaught power level. I don't even think she's like necessarily Weapon X, although I think they're not that far off. They're just so different. She has been hard carrying, her and Purgatory have been hard carrying my alt account. And it is not shocking at all to me that this is going to be another lane in the first two of 9.2 that she's just been phenomenal for. Like, I think she's, if you pull her like early in your star level variety, right? I think she is a great rank up. Like all these immunities, really unique well of handling purified champions, as you're seeing. Well, I guess Blade doesn't really purify, but you guys get my point. And the damage is really good. It's one of those ones where like you could say like, you know how like, and I do this too. We all do it. So it's not a put down. YouTube or like in line chat where people be like 1 million damage in 30 seconds. You're like, well, the fight took 3 minutes, but they were setting up a thing. Like how much of Dust damage too can just come in this like massive burst like you just saw. Like she could have kept going. She could have kept going there. Really like she is such a great champion for this game. Like, you guys know how I think the design team is now, right? Like, I think they're phenomenal and have been for years. And for me, she is just like so well made. She's so damn good. So there's MSD. Red Guardian is a certified nuke and times very well with the thermals. Yeah. The Bastion offer. I wonder who bought that. I mean, dude, again, no shade. One of my phrases was like, I'm not going to yuck your yum. Two, the game needs money. It doesn't necessarily need your money, right? Because I know I'm going to go out and on the big sales I spend for the most part for a couple of years now. I really haven't outside of them. And the thing I'm now adding, because it makes sense to me, is like, dude, no one would blink an eye if you spent money on golf clubs for your hobby, or if like you bought a bunch of Pokemon cards for your hobby, or literally anything for whatever your hobby is. No one would bat an eye. And so I'm not saying you should go spend money on this game. I'm saying if it fits your entertainment budget and you're having fun, dude, why not? Like, I'm 46 years old and I fucking built this room and bought an expensive ass computer so I could do this because it's my hobby. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. Ain't no one making fun of me for that. And if they are, that's them problem, not mine. So, yeah. All right. Spider-Woman. Yeah, dude. I know a couple players who went pretty deep on her and did not come away with the 7-star. This is why in fact, I think I actually removed them from my channel, just being totally transparent with you all. Like, I usually tell you guys everything I possibly can. You know, sometimes because of CCP NDAs, I can't, and it just wouldn't be fair to the rest of my fellow CCPers, or to the band themselves. But often for me, it's about keep an eye out for my fellow CCP folk, right? Like if I start breaking my NDA, I'm making them look bad, and that's not cool. That's not cool. So I can tell you this, it doesn't involve any of them. And I'll tell you is I removed every single one of the videos. Is very early on in this channel, I did do some rather large openings. And I was having a lot of fun, and it was kind of how I was playing the game at that time, so it was real. But I started attracting like some comments, and I could tell that they were supposed to be like compliments. Like this wasn't like hate comments. It was like people were applauding what they thought they were seeing. And I was like, I want to put that shit out in the world, man. Like, I don't want to incentivize anyone opening crystals because of literally what you just wrote. And I just don't know, it didn't feel good at all. Even though they had great views. Like, and my channel had a really hot start because of it. Like by MCoC standards and by MCoC YouTube standards, I was growing fast, really, really fast. And it's like, I don't want to build a channel on this. I could still be doing it. Like, I could. But I was like, that's not That's not what I'm about. That's not me. Like, people don't know me in real life, so they don't understand the context of it all. And so it just looks like this guy just blowing tons of money on the game and just blowing it. Like, it's funny and whatever. And I'm like, that's not, I don't want to put that in the world. And so I actually went and deleted all of those. You got to go back years. Like, most of you probably aren't even aware of this. And then I deleted all of them. And my channel took a big hit. Quite a few people were like, dude, you don't do video, like, you don't do those openings anymore. And then as a result, like, what YouTube, one of the ways YouTube sends out your video more is if your normal viewers click on it more, they're more likely to send it to new people. And so my channel took a massive, massive hit. Not only did I lose a lot of subscribers, but YouTube, they were telling me, they're like, people aren't watching your videos as much, bro. So we're not sending it out as much, because it wasn't what people you had become used to tuning in for. But I felt a lot better about it. I felt a lot better about it. So yeah, I'm sorry that happened, man. Yeah, Gav, I see what you're writing more, dude. Stink, you remember? Yeah, Stink, you've been around a long time. Stoops, you've been around a long time too. In 2020, yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I'll also say, as we do story time with Vega, that oh no, Sinister Fury can go sideways because he gets the internal bleed. That I also was in an alliance that I came to find out was cheating very heavily. And the way I found out was because a lot of the guys that were in at that time, I don't think they play the game anymore, were doing these massive openings, and they started recording them, and I was in their alliance, and I thought they were just being supportive of my channel. And so I was showing them. And so I was recording a video on like a random day. I don't know. It could have been Tuesday. I don't remember. This is a long time ago. And all of a sudden my line chat, because I had an active line at that time. You know, a lot of us in alliances use line chat. And my line chat's like blowing up while I'm recording this video. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I finished the video and I opened up my line chat, and it's like all these messages asking me if like my account's been banned, and I'm like, why would my account be banned? Like, what the hell's going on? And come to find out, all these guys are using shady, not every single player, but quite a few of them, and guys who had sent me their huge openings were using shady units for it, and so their accounts had gotten banned. Dude, I was livid. I was so pissed off. I left the alliance, I think that day is my recollection, and I applied to 4 Loki. That's actually how I moved to 4 Loki. Yeah, dude, that was wild. I haven't thought about that in forever. You remember me trying to... Okay, dude, so Stink, you are way back in the day. Yeah, that was like a whole stream. And like, one of my boys in 4 Loki, who I had been fortunate enough to play the game with for a few years before that. Because like, I'll admit, like a lot of alliances are like, dude, you played in this alliance, we don't want you. And I'm like, I swear I'm not cheating. Like, look at my account. I'm not banned. I don't have negative units. Like, if I did, then Kabam would have done that to me, right? And a lot of answers like, still, dude, you were in that alliance. Like, ain't no way. And the guys in 4 Loki, this is one of the reasons why I talk highly about 4 Loki anyway, because I'm friends with a lot of the players that are in there. But I'll always be kind of like grateful to the people that were in leadership at that time, because they looked at the facts and they're like, obviously this was just someone who didn't know what was going on. He would have been, like, he was literally recording a video when it happened. There's like visual evidence that it wasn't like I got negative units and paid them off, you know? There's one of the boys in 4 Loki right there. What's up, Yusuf? Thanks for being here, dude. And so they took a chance on me. They're like, all right, cool, you know? And I didn't even know how to repair it. And it was FaZe and Lags. I think Lags stopped by too. And they were like teaching me how to repair it. Because I was pretty crappy at the game to be playing in 4 Loki. But we all know SSX is number 1. I mean, I could never choose between SSX and 4 Loki. If they both were like, hi Vega, we need someone who doesn't have time to do tier 1 war on weekends, and it's you, I wouldn't be able to choose. I would be like, I couldn't even flip a coin. Anyways, all right. So we're all pretty sure that Shuri's great for Nightcrawler. Let's bring in another option. Each time it inflicts power drain, power burn, or lock on the defender. All right, we're gonna bring in Prowler, just in case like all hell breaks loose. All right, what time are we in the stream? 1:23. Prowler works great. Thanks, Slinger. Hines, don't know if anyone has commented yet, but the music was awesome. You like Nathaniel Rateliff? Yeah, dude. Not a lot of people know about him, but it's always cool when I run into someone who does. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I don't tend to love live concerts for a variety of reasons, but he's someone who I would like to see live. I'm going to a concert here in a couple months. That's one of those artists that I was like, I would like to see them live. And I think it's gonna be a pretty sweet venue, pretty small. So I'm pumped up on that. And Nathaniel is definitely one of the ones I would love to see. That's the song that's on right now for anyone who could hear it. And a lot of the songs are like this, but he's got like some slower, like really meaningful songs too. Some pretty fast-paced ones. He's awesome. And he is a band. So you'll see Nathaniel Rateliff, and you also see Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats, I believe they're called. All right, shock debuffs and passives deal 20% more damage to the defender. And they take less damage from all sources unless they're afflicted with a shock debuff or passive. Oops, should have read that before I brought in Prowler. High voltage. Each time an attack attacker inflicts power drain, power burn, or lock on the defender, inflict a shock back. Oh, Prowler will be okay. That was funny. Ticking time bomb. When the attacker performs real-time block, they gain a fuse charge. Striking the defender's block removes 1 fuse. When the attacker reaches 3 charges, they're consumed, and the attacker takes a burst of direct damage. I tend to really be bad at nodes like this. Anyone where you're like, when you do this, you get a fury or whatever. I can't think of what it's called. And then if you get too many of them, though, you take degen or whatever. Because I typically have to concentrate on that node very much, and then I forget about the rest. So I'll try to remember this, but I'm just going to try to not well-time block very much. Cement shoes. Every 6 seconds, the attacker gains a cement charge. When the attacker blocks an attack, a cement charge is removed. When the attacker reaches 3 cement charges, they're all consumed. Ooh, okay, so they're like, haha, Vega. Your whole block baiting attack's not going to work, or tactic. Dizzy. Each time the defender successfully evades an attack, just orient. Okay, this again is pointing to Shuri because her ability accuracy just can't be reduced. So anyone who's wondering why I have Shuri's rate as high as I am, and you're used to like the things I say about her, you know that this is one of the big things. Prowler's got a plus 15% ability accuracy, I believe, so he's not going to be immune to that, but it'll help him a little bit. The attacker's full-time blocks it to slow panic. Okay. All right. Let's start off with Prowler for kicks and giggles, and then we'll move to Shuri if we need to. I'm not going to lie, just use Nimrod for this. Nimrod's pretty awesome, man. I think we just lucked out. I didn't even need to do this. I recognized that I lucked out, and then I didn't take advantage of it. So this is going to mess me up. Why am I getting rooted again? Thought I was getting rooted from blocked hits. So that was a pretty good use of the falter to get the incinerate up. Uh-oh, don't switch him back. But I didn't do as much damage as I was hoping for. I probably messed up somehow. Let's see if we can get... Why am I getting... I'm not sure why I'm getting rooted. I thought it was from blocked hits. Obviously, I'm wrong there. I'm not going to worry about the incinerate. Just set up a special too. I'm going to switch in. Get our falter up. Try to get the incinerate going. And then I'm not worried about the falter. I should be worried about taking shots to the face though. Damn it, did not mean to go to my special 3. What's up, Piper Frost? I'm not sure why I'm getting rooted. I'm beginning to think it has more to do with not landing hits within a certain amount of time than it was. Than it was blocked hits. I thought it was blocked hits, but I pretty clearly was wrong. And it messes me up pretty bad. Let's see what it was. When we block an attack, it's spent charge. So I was actively trying to not take blocked hits, and I was making this worse on myself. Interesting. Okay, so don't make that mistake. Let's just go and finish this with Shuri. And I'll get back to the chat as soon as we're done with this fight. So, like, I mean, that's such a great example. I mean, that did a lot of damage, but that's a great example of Shuri and her just bonkers utility right there. And then remember, her special attacks just flat out can't be evaded, so it doesn't matter right there that we didn't have a slow or anything on. She's just wild. People just forget. People just forget because she's been so good for so long, and she's not the quickest for Battlegrounds, but it's just easy to forget all the various utilities she's got. You can check the node during the fight. It'll have a description on why I was rooted. That surprises me. I thought it would tell you like what debuffs or effects were on you, but I didn't think it would tell you the node itself. That's pretty cool. Here, so I don't forget to finish the path. We'll get the next path at least started. Do I have enough to open up a crystal? Damn, I would have liked to have opened up a crystal with you all. We have one more path. All right, let's check the chat for a minute. Snoop, so we're going way back. And even so, you managed to foster one of the most positive gaming communities that many of us have ever been. Thanks, Snoops. I really appreciate that. I know you're a big part of the Discord there. I like the word you use, fostered. Because as you know, a lot of people have put in a lot of work on that Discord. You're one of them, being an early person there. So thank you. I think I said hello to Hyper, but what's up? Didn't like this Nightcrawler? Yeah, I mean, Shuri makes it not a joke. I'm not going to say a joke because you saw how much damage it took on that one blocked hit, but still. Noah Kahan. Oh, I'll check that out. I actually don't know Noah Kahan. Thanks. I'm not going to use Nimrod. I can see why. I remember responding to that. Ironheart is usually my go-to for Nightcrawler. I just don't think she would work here. Yeah, because I think it had to do with shocks. Or is her debuff a shock? I'm still relatively new to her. We used her as a rank 2 yesterday. She was ridiculous. Hey guys, need some advice. Just open this 6-star Nexus and get inside if I pull him or saw it first time. It was worth it. So I see people saying Kushala, and God, she's so good. The reason why I would probably go to Medusa though is because I think, if I recall correctly, Medusa was only available in a very limited crystal that was sold for money. Kushala is just in the basic 7-star crystal. The 7-star crystal's gotten huge, so your chances of pulling her are obviously slim, but at least there's a chance of pulling her. So like when you're coming through and you're just trying to be really, really efficient with your rank up resources, I would, if I'm trying to split a hair, and those are both great champions, I think you might want to go towards the one that's, she's not 6-star locked. Medusa's available to 7. She's my favorite 7 stars. But you had to have participated in that event, and we don't know when that's coming back. Fact check me there, but that's how I would kind of. Martin, yeah, I got that. And if my analysis was off, or I misspoke, let me know. But I was saying like someone being available as a 7-star. If I'm trying to split hairs between two similarly powerful champions, I'm gonna, when I'm ranking my 6 or my 5 or whatever, I'm gonna default to the one. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. All right, good. Nah, man, that's like, you know, my whole like spiel earlier about like not getting on people when they make a mistake. Dude, you were trying your best. You said something. Maybe I had misspoke. Who the hell knows? Or maybe someone else heard it the way you did too. That ain't something to get mad at. I'm glad you spoke up. Thank you. Yeah. You should listen to a band called the Marias. I've been really loving their music lately. Thanks, Snoops. I'll check that out too. They beautifully weave in and out of English and Spanish. Oh, cool. In the music, so I may not always know what they're saying. Dude, for a reference, you'll hear a lot of Spanish language music in this playlist. I understand almost none of it. My Spanish is incredibly basic, incredibly basic. And so someone singing, unless they're singing really slow and using very small words, I have almost no clue what they're talking about. I think Hulkbuster could work here with the parry, and then he would get up the shock off of the heavy. Yeah, I would think so. Who are you going to R4 next? Dude, I honestly don't know. And if my prediction for the Heart of Fire Crystal is correct, there's a couple of champions in there that I will strongly consider. All right, let's take a look at this note. Gotta drink a little bit. Every 14 seconds, the defender gains a protection passive, reducing all incoming damage by 20%. Protection passives are removed whenever the defender is struck by a striker, while the attacker has at least 3 buffs. Okay, this is similar to the prowess lane we did yesterday. So you got to have the buffs and then the striker. I made that mistake. While the defender does not have one of those protection passives, the attacker gains 50%. Ooh, very nice. Okay. Will time blocks from the attacker. Start a 9-second timer. If the attacker will time blocks again, fuck to falter. The only falter immune champion I can think of is Prowler. There might be another one. Whenever the attacker would receive an effect they are immune to, the defender gains a non-stacking. Ooh, okay. That's the second time I've walked right in. Kabam's like, gotcha. Intercepting the defender with the immune attack nullifies all armor up buffs on the attacker and deals the attacker burst. Oh, that's not very nice. So don't intercept if you have armor up buffs. All right. Each time the attacker blocks attack. Okay, so bubble shield. Gamora cleared. Okay, Bullseye is immune, but he can't miss. Very good point. Because we actually don't want the immunity on this one. If you Adam Warlock, he can just walk this path and don't have to worry about the nodes. We'll try, but Adam Warlock is not the easiest champion to control. If I fully explored Nemesis and took up Onslaught, now my R4s are him and Sentinel. Ooh, that was a powerful group. I'm thinking about taking out Medusa next. She's my favorite. What do you think? I think she's well worthy, dude. I think she's incredibly well worthy. In fact, if I had pulled Cosmic, she was in my 3 to consider. It was going to be her, Serpent, and Deathless Thanos. Deathless Thanos is just so absurd. He's actually been better than I thought he was going to be. And I told you all on day 1 that I thought he was the new best Cosmic champion in the game. Like, that was my new champion video analysis. And I don't tend to say those things unless I only say them if I really mean them. I don't tend to say them very frequently. Like I've done that with Thanos, I've done that with Onslaught, and I did that with Kate Bishop. And then I did it with Crossbones, which I've now changed to best PvP skill champion. Just watching it against plenty. Death of Thanos of course ridiculous. Yeah. Otro atardecer. Yeah, you just heard my Spanish, so thank you. Okay, let's get on to this lane. So we've got what's this the timestamp here? 138. We've got Numbnuts here, Colossus. Hey, speaking of Craven, Iron Patriot, Namor, and what an interesting selection of defenders. And that guy, can't think of his name, Mysterio. And then we've got the Shuri Boss. When the defender's knocked down, 4-second timer will active each time the defender lands a strike or second. I think it's power. Makes down the defender's interpretation, reaching all. So knocking them down is helpful. When the defender is knocked down, they gain auto block for 6 seconds. If the defender struck while this charge is active, it is consumed. The attacker's true strike, true accuracy, true. So this is a Vox fight, if I'm understanding this correctly. Vox, I think. And what is Thanos's? His panic debuff does. Does it evade and miss? I think. What an interesting lane. Medusa? You did it with Medusa? Okay. So we'll bring in Medusa, and I'm already like forgetting the lane itself. The lane itself was like a buffed up sort of lane, right? Okay. Could work, Scream work? I think so. I am not a highly knowledgeable Scream person. I did like the new champion kind of analysis. I don't even think I got out a video if I remember correctly. I know she has the Undermine, and I know people really love her. Some people do. I think her hype is actually going down as people play her a bit more. So this looks like we just want a lot of buffs. I'm not seeing anything too wild, which means I'm probably falling for a trap. But let's see. We'll bring, I think we actually might even bring Vox. No, because Vox loses their buffs. So we'll start off with Medusa. I love the Adam Warlock shout. I don't know how well that's going to go for me. Superior Iron Man, because I think it was just armor up buffs that have problems if you intercept. And Serp. The that Colossus fight seems interesting. So we'll bring along Iron Man. I think we're fine with this team. I think I have multiple options for these fights, actually. Oh, non-armor up buffs. Reading's starting to go. I think we're still fine. We'll find out. I think Howard works. Are you one of those people? Are you one of those Howard lovers, Joey? Thanks, Sams. You have a R3 Howard? Yeah. Mine's not awakened. I probably would have done it too, but I don't have a awakened one. What's up, Brennan? Thanks for being here, dude. Let's just go in it with Serpent, see how this kind of goes. I'm trying to remember how you get the protection down, and I can't for the life of me. Striker. Ah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I think you're making a joke with the lunch, but I think I need to eat lunch, is why I'm starting to struggle with the memory, the old memory here. I don't have enough buff. Is that the problem? I've only got one, in fact. Doesn't he get more buffs, or do I need to bring in... Yeah, that stash is going to keep growing. So, this is dumb. Alright. Start over. I think you all shouted out Ironheart, so we'll bring her in for him, because I don't feel like bringing in Odin in order to give him the buffs. There we go, and we are back. And let's try Medusa. What I want to do is get into a nice rhythm with his SP1. Then you don't need to intercept or anything. So far, so good. So far, so good. Keep going. Nice job, Vulture. One more now, buddy. If you could just there you go. What a good Vulture. And I think that'll be it. What a kind and gentle, like, Vulture. That was really nice of him. Read real quick. You talking? Oh, you reminded me about the Striker, or were you talking about something else? We'll also try Martha Odin, see how he works. I would think Odin would do really well. I would think. And yeah, it was definitely Striker with 3 buffs. So Serpent, I think if you have them and that's like who you love, you know, throw the Odins on him. You should be fine. Read the nodes, but you're good. Okay, thanks, Trace. I think you get... Yeah, we'll be good this way. Basically, we're going to try the same strategy. Oh, yeah. What time? Oh, man. Again, I need to eat. But I'll be okay. I will live. Don't you worry about me. I'm going to let his armor ups build naturally. I know I should parry, but... yeah. Okay, here we go. The damage should get going now. Come on, dude. Be a good little Colossus. There you go. But we've lost because we're not pairing. We lost our goods. It didn't matter. Medusa's the GOAT. Just in general for this lane. I don't think Colossus can be armor broken though by non-tech champions, which is why I wanted to bring in at least one tech champion. Craven. Let's go with Ironheart. In general, she's so good, dude. She's like one of those champions that if we had more tiers in the tier list, and we've, as you guys know, we very intentionally don't. Oh wait, Ironheart's not gonna. Is she gonna work? And she gets around Mist too, right? Wait. I think I'm reversing my specials on Craven here. Also, why am I doing damage? All right, come on, dude. How does Ironheart get her arm ups again? Or is this just every champ gets their own tier listed base tier? Yeah, just called that. About to go in my funnel all the time. Good luck, Joey. I want to look up, because if this is like an exercise in futility, then I'm not going to go with it. How does she get her armor up? Firstly, light attacks with 30% chance, so just light. Thanks, C. There, and now we can get our striker, and now we're back online. Let him push me back too far. Cool. Ironheart does it. Yeah, and demolishes lane. 60 fighting against Civil War. Very nice. Every champ. Oh, so yeah, on the tier list, Medusa's one of those champions where like, do I think she's completely as overall in a variety of as powerful as like Deathless Thanos? No. So maybe Thanos would be on like his own tier, but like, this is where you start getting the spreadsheet that's like 10 columns, which I totally get, and I get why people do it. It's just not what we wanted to do. It's more like, here's the general idea on them. And so that's how it's worked. I'm totally forgetting the node set. Adam Warlock, doesn't Adam want to intercept? Wouldn't we? But then his buffs become, what are they called again? Like superior or something? I don't know if Superior Iron Man's going to work so well for this. Oh, dude, that was a nice intercept by Civil Warrior. Mad respect. Maybe we should use Superior Iron Man's. Nice. Yeah. And maybe still go to the SB2. I'm not sure on this one. For those of you wondering what I'm trying to figure out, the SB2 does one large armor break. The SB2 does, or the SB1 does a bunch of smaller ones. So is it worth it to try to remove all the Civil Warriors? Armor ups. I found that, like, I have not played Superior Iron Man as much as I had hoped I would. And, against multiple armor ups, it's a bit more of a struggle. Doesn't mean it can't work. And maybe you should be more on top of it. Being able to intercept would be a lot better, obviously. I guess that wasn't bad. Curd, what's up, dude? Dude, Brennan. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're just gonna let's Iron Man this. I do have to say that I am shocked none of you have given me any crap for my my beanie today. I was fully prepared to get some serious hate. We either have no baseball fans or you all are just pretending that the Dodgers don't exist. I actually tried to will time block that. That did not go well. I nailed that one though. You know what? I forgot. You actually can intercept with your. You won't lose your armor ups. So well played by me. Iron Man's so good he handles it anyway. All right. One more fight, and then we are at the boss. And we'll do our first Adam Warlock. Let's do our first Adam Warlock. haven't played him in a long time. I have a love-hate with him. I recognize how good he is. But like most people, he frustrates me. I find that I become a worse player when I use him. Didn't really mean to go to the SB3, but it's fine. Wow, that was mean. Mysterio appeared pretty clearly blocking to my opinion. Now he's just destroying me. Whoever shouted out Adam, don't worry, I'm not going to blame you. I think this is fully me just not playing him well. I don't care. We're just going for it. I know we're gonna die. That's fine. I was hoping to use the womb again. All right. Let's just go with Medusa and get this over with. And we're finally at the boss. What was the shout for this one? Was it Vox? I think it was Vox. All right, let's look through the node really quick. When the defender is knocked down, forcing it to timer starts, will active each time the defender starts, blah, 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 blah. They gain 50% of our power. Make a stand. Okay, so when they get knocked down, when the defender's knocked down, they gain an auto block charge. True Lies, True Focus. How was Medusa great for this one again? I don't recall. I feel like she was shouted out, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe that wasn't a shout out. And okay, yeah, we're just foxing this. I think Scream. I think I'm confusing Scream and Medusa. All right. Box. Yeah, I probably should be boosted. I have all these boosts expiring. I probably should be using them. But yeah, I just kind of forgot. All right, here we go. Let's remember this. We got the timestamp. We'll go over the node. The true accuracy and all that's turned off, so we're not going to try Medusa. This is one of those ones why I call Vox so important these days. When the defender's knocked down, 4-second timer starts. Will activate each time the defender strikes or lands a strike into the block. Okay. That's fine. The defender has an infinite cooldown, reducing all damage received by 50%. When they get knocked down, it goes on cooldown. When the defender's knocked down, they get an auto block charge. So I think we're going to actually focus on Vox's Undermine and just leave it at that. I know with Shuri, sometimes you'd want to use his, I think it's called a Vigilance, but I think I'm just going to play around that and try not to worry about it too much. And yeah, I think we're good. And we're going to accept some health loss because of that brute force node. Going to try out Scream now. All right, cool. Let us know how it goes, Sams. And I know normally with Vox, you just do the 3-hit combos, but I'm just trying to get the Undermine up. I'm not going to try not to worry about anything else. I shouldn't have tried to evade it. I'm not playing well enough to do that kind of thing right now. So I just got to play on low battery mode, in my opinion. Yep, I shouldn't have gone for the intercept. And I get my buffs back. I'm actually genuinely tempted to reset my phone because we haven't done it this whole stream, but I think getting a solo is not that important to me. I think it's pretty obvious Vox can get one. Just don't make mistakes and hold on to your degen. You get your buffs back. And we probably should have boosted. But aside from all of that, let's try Superior Iron Man. He's got no auto block protection at all. That auto block is it's only for 4 seconds, so you can play around it. Lack of a anti-miss is gonna, I think, hurt him on this fight too much. I think we gotta go for an intercept. He's a little complex to use for this, but he obviously could do it. Come on, Shuri. I expected a lot more damage out of that. All right, there you go. Superior Iron Man, by far the best option for that fight. No, not really. He's fine. He's fine. I think he could solo that. You just manage the protection charges better than I did. You get up his, what's it called? Like an instinct buff or something with the heavy. If you get Shuri's punishes a little better, I think he could do it. But I think Fox is the way to go. Who were the other? How did Scream end up doing? Scream did 96% in 2 minutes. I just misplayed. Yeah, misplay is going to happen. Okay, so Scream's a good option. I use Photon Odin for this fight. Photon with the parry non-contact attacks. That makes a lot of sense. Odin for the buffs, I guess. Or you lose. Why Odin? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but what about the node am I forgetting? I'm clearly forgetting something. I could tell I needed to eat a little bit ago. Celebrating 9.2 exploration. Dude. All right, good luck, man. Getting some bundles and Lumitrix. I think the value is pretty good. Obviously, you're past it, so I'll stay it now because there's nothing I can do. Anyways, I am putting out the video. It won't be out till tomorrow morning because that's when I normally do videos, but also I still need to edit it down and I got to get back to work. So I probably won't have a chance to even edit it till tonight. Maybe I'll release it for members early. But the whole idea is I'm going to wait for 9.2, not only because I'm enjoying the streaming with you all, which is part of it, but I want to see spring cleaning and I want to see the Heart of Fire before I figure out how I'm going to spend all those units. As you can see, I think I'm at probably around 11,000 again. Yeah, I'm around 11,000. I wouldn't buy units for it. Yeah, I wouldn't buy units for that offer, knowing that spring cleaning and Heart of Fire is coming up. And I want to see what they're like, how many units I've accumulated, how great Heart of Fire seems, and then I'll make that decision. So I'm going to wait for even my first run of Lotan until then. I know that's hard. It's a game. One of the reasons you spend is to get somewhere faster. So if that's not for you, dude, don't do it. You know, have fun. It's your hobby. Enjoy your hobby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just make sure it fits your budget. That's all. And that's a generic advice to everybody. You know what? There are actually, and this is one of the things when new content drops, there's actually 3 guys streaming right now. I like them all. There's probably more than that, just of the what I saw really quickly. So we're not going to rate anyone. Rate them all. It's Barrow, KT, and Pepe. All really great for different reasons. High skill players. So I really appreciate all of you for hanging out with me today. I know this was I think this was a good one. It's just we got off the rails there for a little bit, and then I got a little low energy here towards the end. Massive thank you to Gab. Dude, thanks for coming back and all that. I appreciate you doing that. And then a huge thank you to Heinz, all your support over a long period of time with memberships and the donations and stuff. Really appreciate it. Scream can definitely show the fight with better play. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of my fights, man. Sorry, it was just Photon for that one. Photon with Odin was for I do monitor in the back. It makes sense, Brendan. All right, everybody. You all have great days. I should be here tomorrow for 9.3. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.